This video is so unorganized.
But if you close your eyes.
Hey guys, it's Brooke, and I look like I'm wearing a poncho, but it's fine. Today, I don't really plan this video out, I just know I've wanted to make it for a while. I wanted to make a video about why cheer shouldn't be your whole life, or why you shouldn't be obsessed with cheer. Disclaimer, feel free to disagree with me as usual. I'm not like an expert on all this stuff, this is just my opinion, so feel free to disagree with me. I'm just gonna kind of go ahead and get into it and stop rambling. So yeah, I hope y'all like this video. I think it's very common in the cheer world for people to say, cheer is my entire life, or I'm obsessed with cheer, I don't know what I would do without cheer. And I understand that a lot of that is like an exaggeration. It shouldn't be that drastic. And I'm not saying that like you see, if you ever watch cheerleaders, you know that people move from different countries to be on teams at Cali. People, when I was at Cheer Athletics, they have a host family program so people can stay with host families and still cheer at CA. I'm thinking about moving cities next year and just mainly to cheer at a gym that I really want to cheer at. I'm not talking about that because I think that that is saying cheer is really important to me. I really want to work for some goals and I want to make this commitment and these sacrifices to enjoy cheer. Dedication and commitment is not the same as obsession. They are so completely two different things, and I feel like sometimes they can get mixed up, and there's a very fine line in between being committed and being obsessed, and you can kind of cross over into that line where cheer becomes like an idol and it's like everything revolves around cheer. My mom kind of helped me realize this back when it was like my second year of cheer. I was at a small gym and we weren't very competitive, but I remember we went to like a Spirit Celebration Nationals and we did horribly, and it was our last competition and I wanted to do really well, and like my stunt fell and we had like another fall and we just like didn't do well, and I was crushed. Like I was so sad. My mom told me like, you can't be this upset about cheer. Like if cheer was ripped away from you, would you be okay? You can't be this upset, it's just a cheer competition. And I really took that to heart. It was really good advice, and the next year at the gym I was at, we didn't win a single competition. And honestly, I didn't really care. That was such a good year of cheer for me because I grew and I learned and it was fun and I made friends that I still have to this day. I got to the point where at competitions, if we didn't do well, by the time it was awards, I was over it. For example, last year, Cheer Celebration Christmas Classic, we were in 3rd place and I really wanted to do well so that we could win and get a summit bid, and we didn't do well and I was upset about it, but by the time like 30 minutes had passed, I was like, time for awards, let's go have fun. Like, there's just no point in like moping because then you're not going to enjoy the rest of the competition. Cheer competitions are so much fun that like, why would you waste time being upset and when you could be like having fun? And I know this video is so like everywhere, I'm like talking about cheer competitions now. When you're obsessed with cheer and it's like the only thing that matters, and then you lose a cheer competition or you don't hit 0 and you're just like so crushed for the rest of the day or the rest of the week or whatever, like that's not healthy. Like you should be able to enjoy the sport even when you're not winning. I feel like it's very important to ask yourself, like, if cheer was ripped away from you, like let's say you got a bad injury, like you tore your ACL and you couldn't cheer for the entire season, would you be okay? Being sad, that's fine. Missing it, that's fine. I was sad when I had to quit cheer. So I think it's important to kind of step back and see, like, if you didn't cheer, would you still be like okay? And if the answer is no, then maybe kind of like reevaluate how you look at the sport. And when I say you shouldn't be obsessed with cheer, I don't mean like start going to the gym less. It's so much more about a mindset than anything else. Make sure that maybe at school you're involved in something that you like to do. Or I understand being like, well, cheer's the only activity I like to do. Like that's fine, but like make sure you're hanging out with friends. I'm not saying you necessarily have to have another activity that you enjoy besides cheer, but because I understand that cheer is a huge commitment and it's hard to give 100% to a bunch of different things, but just making sure that you have a life outside of cheer. Saying things like I couldn't live without cheer, like I understand that that's kind of like a saying and it's like exaggerated, but like if you actually mean that, that's not healthy. You shouldn't give everything to any sport. And I don't mean don't give it your all when you go to practice, I just mean that like it is so much more important to focus on how you are as a person than how you are as an athlete, because one day you're not going to cheer anymore, and maybe that's when you're 16 and maybe that's when you're 32, I don't know, but one day you're not going to cheer anymore. If you want to work in the cheer world, I do, that's awesome, but cheer is temporary. Spend more time focusing on how am I as a person? How can I improve as a person? How can I be a better person? Then how can I improve as an athlete? How can I be a better athlete? Do both. I've said this before, I'll say it again. You are a person before you're a cheerleader. It should never be the other way around. It should never be like, I'm a cheerleader and that's it. That is my identity. I am only a cheerleader. You should be a cheerleader and a friend and a daughter and a sister and whatever, and make sure that you're giving things to all parts of your life. This is a little tangent. One of the reasons I love Champion is because I learned things like this about how to be a better person instead of just how to be a better cheerleader. And I love Champion for that. I just wanted to make a video about this because I feel like a lot of people with sports, especially cheer, since it is such a big commitment, they try to, man, I talk with my hands a lot. They try to say like, cheer is my everything. Like, this is all I do. And like, if you are super committed and dedicated and move across the world to be on a cheer team, good for you. Shoot for your goals, like work hard, do it. Like, work hard for things you care about. I totally get that. I think the main thing I just want to focus on is like, make sure you're not just a cheerleader. Like, there are other parts in your life where you should also be striving to be the best. For me, it was very much like, I want my joy to be rooted from the Lord and not from just cheer. And that was something I had to learn through quitting cheer, was my joy should be rooted here, not my joy comes from cheer and that's it. If cheer equals joy, that's awesome. But if joy equals cheer, that's not awesome. So I really hope this video was helpful. Feel free to disagree with me. This is just something I strongly believe in. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm not at all saying like quit cheer. I don't think that that's ever the resolution, and it has nothing to do with like how much you give to your team and how much commitment you have. It's more about like a mindset. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye!